Hey guys, it's Eureka. Welcome back to my channel. So it is finally time for me to do my very first retwist, and I honestly cannot wait. I'm so hyped. Like, I'm really looking forward to how my hair is going to be looking. So let's just get straight to it. So it's my very first retwist. I've had my Strand locks for about 3 months. So this is how the hair looks. This is how my hair is looking. 3 months with no retwist, just moisture and water. Like, that's pretty much all I've been doing. So for my retwist, I'm only going to be using oil. That's all I'm going to use for my retwist. And also, I'm only going to be retwisting the roots. I'm not going to be doing the locksmith method. I think the one where you like do the little rolling. I'm only going to be doing my root. So that's pretty much it. I also have to be very careful because I do have some of my hair that are stuck with each other, which I did mention in my weekly updates. So that's really the only challenge that I have. But aside from that, it should be pretty easy, pretty smooth, pretty fast because I'm only going to be using oil and just retwist my roots. So yeah, I am back, and I pretty much have about 75% of it done. I just have this much left, but it's pretty thick. I have about 60 strands, so I want to say maybe there's like 25-ish. Don't quote me. So anyways, I want to show you guys my process, like exactly how I'm doing it. So I think one of the hardest parts about this retwist for me is pulling the hair apart from each other. Like, that has been a real struggle because, you know, the tangles is ridiculous. So I pretty much just go row by row, so it's easier for me really. And then I just use for the front, I'm just using 1 clip per row, but for the back I use literally 1 clip per lock because the back is a lot more thick. So for this one, I'm just gonna separate this row here, look, and I'm just pulling apart as I go because the hair is just all tangled with each other. And I'm trying my best to make sure I can keep the parts as clean as I can. I'm not using a mirror or anything like that. Like, I don't really care about neat parts, but obviously, you know, if I can get them to look as neat as possible, then I will definitely do that. So that's why I'm really just pulling for, because, you know, it's just better for me that way. So I have it like this, and I'm just going to pull these apart just to separate the strands. And so it pretty much looks like this, and you can literally see how oily things get. So from this step, because like I did mention, I'm only going to be doing an oil only retwist. So from this step, I'm just gonna put my oil. And the thing about this is I just bring the oil down towards the section of hair that I need, because it's oil, so you just want to guide it to where you need it to be, and that's pretty much what I'm doing. And then from here, I just twist my hair clockwise because it's counter. Yeah, I twist my hair clockwise. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to start with the back first and then make my way to the front and just pin them together. All right, so I zoomed you guys in a little bit so you guys could see better what I'm doing. So like I said, the parts are not that clean, but it'll work. So I'm taking this one first, this one in the back, and I'm just going to twist it clockwise. So once I finish twisting it, I'm going to take my clip and I'm just going to clip it down. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other 2 that are in front of it. So same thing. I'm going to take this, and there's enough oil on my hands and around the hair where I don't have to reapply the oil again. I just put it on the row, and that does enough for me. So I'm just going to take this one, and I'm just going to twist. So once I finish twisting this, I'm going to clip it to the same clip as the first one on that row. That way it's just easier for me, and I don't have a whole bunch of clips in my head because now I'm going to sleep when I don't want a headache, right? Now we're on to the last one, and I just try to get any little flyaways because you guys know I don't really care for edges and things like that. I just want my hair to be looking cute and looking neat and have everything all in one place. So I just try to bring all the little flyaways together. You see how it's like this? So I just try to bring them all together, and then I just twist. So once I finish twisting it, and I'm just going to bring it to the other two from the same row and just clip, and you can see it like this. This is how we're looking so far. So for this one, I'm going to individually oil because typically I just do it for the whole row, but since this will go for both of them and I don't want it to get too messy because this oil gets really oily, obviously, so I'm just going to just do it individually, like per lock, because that's just gonna be easier for me. So pretty much, oh, actually, you see, like, you know how when you get to the end you just be forgetting steps that you're not supposed to forget? So let me just go and just pull them apart because I totally forgot to do that. All right. Okay, so now they're pretty much pulled apart. So I just start from the back and I make mine to the front like I already mentioned. So I'm just going to oil these and then make my way to the front. So for here, same thing I've been doing, just twisting it clockwise. And if I have any extra strands of hair, I just twist that back into the lock itself so that, you know, the hair is not just hanging out, because those are the hairs that are giving me all this issue with the pulling apart and everything like that. So if I see any hairs that are just randomly around the lock, then I twist that also into the lock. Okay, so this one, you can see there's this random strand of hair here. So I'm going to take it, right? And I'm going to twist the hair regularly like you would for a retwist. And if it's long enough to where there's still some pieces left over, I don't think this one was, but I just twist that strand around the lock. And that's pretty much it. All right, so this is pretty much how it's looking. And I'm aware that my clips are facing two different ways, but that's just what works for me. So I'm going to go to sleep, and then tomorrow I'm going to take these clips out and see how the retwist is looking. I'm honestly I'm not expecting too much. It's only because I didn't use gel. I only use oil, so I know it's going to look, it'll look crispier than what it was, obviously, but it's not going to be too much. And that's okay with me because that's what I want. I don't want to over twist like I mentioned. So I'm just hoping that everything comes out good and I don't mess it up in my sleep. That's really what I'm hoping for. But that is pretty much it for the retwist. So I am back, and this is the fresh retwist. This is how it is looking, and I honestly love it. I love how I have a little puffiness at the end still from my 2-strand twist. I like how that look is going right now. I will say one thing, the roots over here are kind of puffy, and that's because obviously I use oil, but also because I moved it over to the side to do a side part, and that's probably why it's doing that. That part doesn't really bother me too much because I just do it like this, and that's okay with me. But overall, I honestly really like how this came out. You can see all of my parts. Everything looks pretty clean. I tried my best to keep the parts in the sizes that they were. So that's how we're looking. I'm very satisfied. I will say though, I probably will not be doing it like this again. I'll probably just do the 2-strand twist retwist from now on, just because that one is easier for me. It's faster and it lasts a lot longer. Because I feel like after about like maybe a week and a half with this, you know, you won't really get the whole fresh retwist look. But overall, I really like this. I love how it came out. If you have any questions, please let me know. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.